Hello everyone, my name is Christian, welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I'm very excited to be doing a review video all about volumes 4 to 6 of Berserk. This is a series by Miro that I've already watched the anime from 1997, I believe. All 26 episodes, and I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving this manga. This is without a doubt my favorite series that I'm reading right now, including the books, non-manga that I'm reading. I'm just loving the artwork. I'm loving the storyline. I love the characters. Guts, Griffith, Casca, Corcus. Charlotte's a lot of fun. Just so many just iconic characters are in these issues, because these are the first 3 volumes of the Golden Age arc, which means we are kind of getting all of the setup to what we already have witnessed in volumes 1 and 2. Volume 3 was sort of a bridging, I guess, to the Golden Age, but I am just loving this section. We start off right off the bat with Guts killing Gambino, because Gambino is a piece of shit and was exploiting Guts very heavily in a very disgusting way. And Guts kills him and escapes, and he is picked up by the Band of the Hawk, led by Griffith, and he joins them, and we follow him for like 4 years or so, and he eventually leaves the mercenary group that he was in. Well, he didn't join Griffith yet. I'm getting my events mixed up. So he joined a mercenary group after killing Gambino, and then at the end of those few years, he then kills Gambino, or yeah. So he's picked up after he leaves Gambino, and he fights off some wolves, and a mercenary group picks him up, and he kills Grey Knight Basuzo. And this is one of the first episodes of the anime, and I love it. I love sort of the way that Guts just walks into battles by himself and just fucks shit up. He is just the coolest, most badass, like, swordsman in fantasy, in my opinion. And he after that fight, he grabs his money and he's leaving the place, and there's a few people who want to rob him, and they are the Band of the Hawk, or whatever, some of the members of them, like Corcus and a few others. And Casca and Griffith are kind of like, just minding their own business, that they don't know about this. But, or Casca knows about it, but Griffith doesn't really care. But, yeah, they try to kill Guts, but Guts is a badass, fights them off, and then fights with Griffith to determine whether he is allowed to leave or not, because he and Griffith already are kind of having the destinies being intertwined. And yeah, so Guts ends up losing the duel with Griffith, and Griffith forces him to join the Band of the Hawk. And after that, they are tasked with storming a castle and burning all the rations. And this is a really great sequence, in my opinion, because you have Guts and all of our main characters all together now. Griffith, Casca, Corcus, Pippin, Judo, all of them. They're now together, and now we can really just have the best story going on. And the story of Griffith and Guts is just my favorite of the series. And so they finish the raid, and while they're celebrating, Guts is talking with Judo, Rickert, and Pippin, and they're big admirers of Guts. And they kind of force him to party, but Griffith is showering the next day with Griffith, or with Guts, or Guts finds him showering. And they start talking about the Behelit, which, again, my eyes open real wide when the Behelit is mentioned or shown on panel, because I love everything that's surrounding the God Hand and all of the like demonic elements of the series. And after we have that celebration, we have a pretty interesting section where we have Guts fighting with the Black Ram Iron Lance Heavy Cavalry, and they are led by the Chudo, or the Black Devils of Chudo, I believe is what they're called. But they're having a fight with another army, and the Band of the Hawk just come in at the last minute and save them. And that is so fun. Like, I love when armies come in last minute in fantasy and save, you know, people who we want to survive. But Griffith is then promoted to Viscount of the court, and he and Guts and everyone else continue on the campaign, and they run into Nosferatu Zod, which is, I think, my favorite section of these volumes that I read today, because Zod is just this big, hulking, badass monster that has been around for hundreds of years and is unable to be killed by anybody. And there's this big legend surrounding this guy. And Guts and everybody are hearing about these legends, and they storm this castle, and about 500 of the Band of the Hawk are killed trying to get to this Nosferatu Zod. And it's not until Guts goes in there, and then eventually Griffith and also Casca and the rest of the band, that they're finally able to destroy him, because he just turns into this giant hulking monster. And it's just amazing. This could easily be like in another universe, like a D&D campaign. Like, this is exactly what I do with my D&D campaigns, although I don't play really at all. I don't have really anyone to play with, but it's really fascinating as a D&D and fantasy fan reading this series, because there's just so much that I'm enjoying. And although I've already seen all of what's happened in what I'm reading right now through the anime, I am just really enjoying absorbing the details and really familiarizing myself with all of the characters, because I have a tough time like learning every single character. So I have this process where I just reread after I finish something, because I know rereading is going to allow me to appreciate the book or whatever I'm reading a lot more. And Berserk is definitely a series I'll be rereading over and over again. But I'm just loving this. Nosferatu Zod was definitely the highlight for me, but I'm really enjoying the last volume that I read, which is where we're hanging out at Windham Castle, which is the capital of Midland, where the royalty is, ruling from, and Charlotte is there, and she's the princess, and Griffith meets her, and Guts is kind of like, not really sure, because Griffith and her just really seem to get along really well, and Casca is getting really jealous about that as well, and it's just amazing. This part, although I'm not as drawn to like the court politics of this world, obviously I'm a much bigger fan and appreciator of kind of the more like dark and like violent portions where they're fighting demons and talking about the Behelit and the God Hand and all of that. The God Hand didn't show up these volumes, which is fine, but I'm really enjoying these sections as well, even if it's not what I prefer. I'm just loving the characters. I love the kind of suspense that's happening because I know where all of this is leading. I guess in volume 13, but I guess I'm halfway there, so that's really exciting. I think I'll catch up here within a few weeks. But yeah, I'm just loving this series. I don't really have too much else to say. I know I just kind of summarized what I read, but this is all just fantastic. I'm still giving this series a 5 out of 5. It's just amazing, and I'm very much looking forward to getting past what I have already read or watched on the anime, because I really want to see what the future of what I have. Well, I want to see what the future has in this series because I have zero idea. I know nothing about Berserk, so I'm really excited to see what comes next. So thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the day.